All right, let's do a review for chapter 5 or topic 5. Topic 5. Let's go. All right, here we go. All right, so I had to make me some pages because I only have the next set of pages right here. So the first two, front and back, or the first one, front and back, I had to make my own questions. So the first question on your red pages was, select all of the following equations that if we put 60 where these are, it would make it true, okay? So if I put 60 right here, would this answer right here be true? Well, when I taught everyone in class how to do these numbers with the zeros, I told them that you have to take the same amount of zeros off on both sides. They like cancel each other out. They divide out, okay? And then the answer has to have the same amount of zeros. So if I put a multiplication symbol right here and I multiplied, I would have to get the dividend right here. So if I multiplied 70 times 60, this would be wrong. There would be 2 zeros because these two right here go in the answer. That's like 2 tens in there, like extra 10. So 10 times 10 would be 100. It would be 2 zeros. So I told the kids, this is the shortcut. You take a 0 on this side, take a 0, and then you just divide normally. You can't take 2 and 1. You got to do the same amount on both sides. 42 divided by 6 is 7, not 70. So this one is not true. The second one, if I put 60 right here, would it make it true? Take a 0, 1 right here, 1 right here, okay? And even if you wanted to back check it again, you would change this to a multiplication symbol. 300 times 60, would it equal 1800? That would be 18,000 because you'd have 3 zeros in your answer, because it's like saying 100 times a 10 would be 1,000. Okay, so take a 0, take a 0. 60 in the 6 into 18 is 3, and you have an extra little 0 hanging out. He didn't get divided out. So this answer would have to be 1 0. So this one's not it. Okay, put 60 right here. Would this make it true? Take a 0, 1 from that side, 1 from this side of the division symbol. Divide 6 into 54, 1 little extra 0, 1 little extra 0, and this one's good. If you wanted to check it, checking division with multiplication, take 90 times 60 would equal this one, because you have a 10 times 10. Because this is the same as 6 times 9 times 10 times 10. That's 100 times 54. It would be 5,400. So that one's good. That's why we're taking these tens cancel each other out. But you have to do the same amount on both sides. Next one. Put 60 right here. Take a 0, take a 0. 1 is extra. 1 little extra. 6 goes into 24. 6 times 4 is 24. Yep, he is matching. And to check it, you'd say 40 times 60 equals 2,400, because that's like saying 10 times 10 times 6 times 4. So 10 times 10 is 100. That's 2,400. Yay. Last one. You cannot divide 60 into there evenly, so that does not even make sense. Absolutely not. And 10 times 60 would be 600. Phew, excuse me. All right, number 2, estimate. So number 2 says, which of the following is the best estimate of 487 divided by 67? So I'm looking at these numbers, okay? I could either go 480 divided by 60, or I can say 490 divided by 70. So if I did this one, take a 0, take a 0, that would be 8. Take a 0, take a 0, that would be 7. I have 80, that would not work, because I would have an extra 0 right here. So the answer has to be this estimation to match that. And compatible numbers just mean I'm getting really close to it. It's not rounding to tens or hundreds or things like that. So it's compatible numbers, okay? Number 3. All right, so this one on your test was asking about what is the first digit of the quotient? What's the first digit I'm going to be putting into? So if we write this problem and we write 985 inside the house, 20's outside, and 20's friendly, he's a multiple of 10. What digit am I going to place his little top? So we got hundreds, tens, and ones. 20 cannot fit into 9 objects. So this is 0. I'm not putting anything right there. So the first one I'm going to put into is the tens place. So the answer to A was tens. So on your test, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to ask you what's the place value that you're placing your number in. Okay, then you have to divide because this is going to be the quotient and this is going to be the remainder. Quotient is the answer that goes on top right here. So how many 20s are in 98? Because we can't divide into 9, but we're going to go into 98. And you can count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. We don't want to go to 10 because that would make it 100. So we're going to say 4 times. That's 80. Subtract. That's 18. Bring down my 5. How many 2s go into 18? Right here. So 20s into 185. I would say 9 because that would be 2 times 9 is 18 with an extra 0 would be 180. Subtract. So B would be the quotient, which is right here, 49. And C is the remainder of 5 that goes here. Okay? Ding, ding. So on your book, on your paper, you had a box. So it's tens place, the 49, and the 5. Okay. All right, next. Number 4 was doing partial. This is called partial quotients when they want the kids to do this is the box method. So you take a big chunk out and you usually start with multiples of 10s. A lot of the kids say they like the old-fashioned traditional method, but some of them still use boxes. So if I did 425, and I'm trying to see what goes in here, take the 340 chunk out because they multiply 2 of these. That's 34 plus that extra 0. Take that out. A big chunk. That's 85. Okay. So how many 17s go in here? Well, if they didn't say I had a remainder, that means it's going to come out with nothing left over. So I also asked the kids, how do you get that 5 in the ones place? There's only one number you can multiply to get that 5, and that is 5. So I say, do your scratch work. 17 times 5, that's 35. Carry 3. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 3 is 8. Oh, well, look at that. It matches. So you're going to put a 5 right here. And I added this plus sign right here to remind the kids you're adding these two numbers. And it gives you your final answer. Okay? All right. Next, we're seeing which one of these matches this. So this is the take a 0, take a 0. Okay, so this would be the same thing if I took 1 on this side, 1 on this side. I can't take 2 because there's only 1 on this side. This is what the problem looks like. Does that match here? Of course. Does this match this one? Well, oh no, they have the word tens. It's the same thing. You take the tens out. 1 on each side. You have 270 and a 3. 270 and a 3. This one, you're going to take a 10, that's a 10, and take this 10, 270 and a 3. Can we do this one? I cannot take a 0 on any side if I only have a whole number right here. There is no zeros. So these two do not match the 1 and the 3 right here. Nope. Take a 10, take a 10. Same thing right here. 2 zeros. Nope. And that's number 5. That's the making the problems match. Right, number 6. Okay, so this is all in the same fact family. You don't need to figure out the answer. It's all about the zeros. So 42 divided by 6 equals 7, and 42 divided by 7 equals 6. You just have to make sure that you have the correct amount of zeros. Okay? So if I have a 0 on this side, I have to have a 0 on my answer, because if you multiply backwards times 6, you have to have some kind of 10 somewhere. So 1 0, I need 1 0 in my answer. That's this one. The next one, take a 0, no extra zeros. That's 7. I can't take any because there's none on this side. So I'm going to have 2 extra zeros in my answer. That's this one. And the last one, take a 0, 1 extra 0. That is going to be this one. Okay. All righty. Any questions on this? That's why I always ask them. So you should have the last, this one, this one, this one. Look at it. I accidentally drew an extra row. Okay, number 7. Number 7 is actually easier than on the test than it is on the study guide, because all your numbers right here are going to equal the same thing. Yay, that is good news. This one, the answer right here did not equal the same thing, but on the test it does. I took a sneak peek. So if we multiply it across right here, this one equals 400, this equals 400. So we wanted this number, whatever this is, to equal 400, but you can't multiply 3 times anything and get that. So what they wanted you to do is to get as close as you can. But I can tell you on the test, all 3 of these little numbers going across are going to equal the same thing. So you just have to find the missing one that multiplies to equal that number. Yay. On here, the answer was 13. Because that equaled 390. And it was as close as we can get, because 3 times 13 is 39 with a 0. So this was greater than the goal. The goal was, look it up, 384. So we want it to be bigger than 384. If we went to 12, it would have been 360. It would have been too small. But on the test, good news, all the same. Yay. All right, number 8. Okay, so it says, which expression matches? The whole test is all about the division problems, except you can't have this one because you can't have a smaller dividend, not yet anyway, we're not into decimals, smaller dividend than your divisor. So can't be B. And this is this many apple trees, and we're placing each of them in a group of 80. So that is definitely division. Lastly, they want you to put the answer. Take a 0, 1 little extra 0. 24 divided by 8 is 3, and put your extra 0. Yay. So if you multiply 30 times 80, you get 2,400. All right, done with that one. Number 9. Number 9 is just asking you to divide, nothing hard, and 22s are not hard to work with because they're double 2s. So 22, 44, 88, it's doubling things. So we're going to do 264 divided by 22. Can I go into 2? No. Can't take 2 cookies and give them to 22 people. You do not have to do the 0 minus and bring down here. We're going to say 22 into 26, and that goes in there once. Multiply. 22 times 1 is 22. Subtract. Bring down. Easy. Goes in there twice. 44. Subtract. 0 remainder. That means we are finished. So your answer for number 9 was 12. Okay. Number 10, I'm changing. On the test, it's on the study guide, it looks like this. And my goal is to make them easier like these, because the kids are already going to be dividing a bunch. So it's going to be multiples kind of questions instead of these. Okay, so we will fix this and to make it a little bit faster for the kids to divide. Okay. Number 11. Without dividing, which number will the quotient be closest to? So this right here, I would say this is about 3,000 divided by 30. And all of these are about the same. We just want to know how many zeros they're supposed to have. So take a 0, one from each side. Not 2 from here and 1 from here, or 3 from here and 1 from here. 1 on each side. You got 2 extra. So which one's 2 extra? Letter C. And then it says, what is the exact answer? Oh, man. So now we have to do it for real. Think about your 29 as you would 30. And you just think about your 3's. Okay? Cannot go into 3, but can go into 32. And only one 29 fits inside of 32. Subtract. That would be 3. Bring down. Goes into there one time, because if I put two 30s together, it'd be 60. So I'm going to put it 1. Place 1. 17 minus 9 is 8. Bring down your last digit, because we used the 32. We used the 7. Now it's the last 7. If this is about 30, now we're going in here. I'm going to guess that it's about 3 times, because that's almost 90. 29 times 3. Look at that, it matches. So this is 3 with the remainder of 0. So you would put 113 would be the exact quotient. All right. All right, now I can move on to my real paper. Dum, dum, dum. All right, before we start, they are not doing number 14. They are not doing number 15 because they're already doing a lot of work on this test. And it's going to take them a little while. So we're going to eliminate some of the problems, okay? Number 12. You got this big amount of money. Everybody's paying the same price. That means we're putting them in equal little groups. And we want to know how much does each person pay. That's division. Not adding. We're not multiplying. We're not doing it times 2 or divided by 2. We're doing B right here. Easy. Then we have to figure it out. So I'm going to get my scratch paper, which the kids will have on the test, of course. 975 divided by, oops, I wrote 7. Sometimes my mouth says it and my brain doesn't want to write it. 65, we're going to think of the 65 like 7s. Okay, so 65 and then 97 goes in there once. Because another 65 would be 120. So subtract. That's 32. Bring down. So let's see. How could we get this 5? And then 60 or 70 times something. We could probably try 5 because that's about 300 if you do 60 times 5, or 70 times 5 would be 35. So we're kind of in the middle. So let's try 5 and see if we can get this 5 right here. It's 25, 32, 30, 32. Hey, look. There you go. The answer would be 15. There you go. All right. The next problem was just regular division. Okay, so this question says how many was the least amount of cabins that we need. Okay, so we're going to do 188 divided by 22. You cannot go in there. Cannot go in there. We have to go in here. Let's try 9 because I know 20 times 9 would be 180. Do my scratch work. 18, carry, 18, 19. Oh, I gotta go back one. So let's see, 22 times 8. 15, 17. 176. 2, 1. You got 12 left. So where are you gonna put those 12 little people? You can't just leave them out in the rain. So your answer is going to be 9. Here you go. We did one like that in our review today. Alrighty, number 16. We skip these two, go to this one. This one says, write two equations with variables. The kids were like, what is a variable? The variable is the unknown. It's what you don't know. Okay, and usually variables are represented by letters. So you're going to use letters to represent the unknown. Got a bunch of mini energy bars. We're putting them in bags. We want to sell them. So the first question is, we want to figure out how many bags. So we're going to do 312 divided by 24, because we got 24 in each bag. Goes there 1, 24, borrow, bring down, and then we know that it's going to go down 3 times. So you're going to have that. But we were supposed to write an equation. So what did we do? We did 312 divided by 24 equals the bags. You can put B, you can put S, you can put V, you can put R, you can put M. Okay, next it says how much she will sell all of these bags. How much money is she going to get? Well, if she takes the $6 per bag times the 13 baggies, she's going to find out her money or her minis or whatever. How much will she earn? So we're going to do 6 times 13. She's going to make 78 buckaroonies. Alrighty. Woohoo! Conquered that. Flip it over. Alrighty. This is another matching and making sure. And I'm going to just fill these in. If the kiddos, if y'all want to fill these in like this on the test and then work them out, I think that would help instead of just imagining. Okay, so we want the answers on this side to be true. So take a 0, take a 0. No extra 0. 28 divided by 4 is 7. Yep, that one's good. This one, take a 0, take a 0. 1 little extra 0. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 1 extra 0, or you could say 4 goes into 80 20 times. So this one's good. Yay! Take a 0, take a 0, and you can go into 40 if you like. 1 little extra 0. 4 goes into 40 10 times, and you got an extra 0. Uh-oh, he's missing a 0. Wah, wah, wah. So that's not the answer. Take a 0, take a 0. 1 little 0 hero. 4 into 32 goes in 8 times with the extra 0. Yep, we like him. Take a 0, take a 0. 4 goes into 80 20 times. Womp, womp, womp. Nope, too many zeros. And if you check it with back multiplication, turn him into a multiplication sign. 40 times 200 would be, this would be 100 times 8. It would at least be 8,000. Okay. Next one. You were doing the 0 matching again. Take 1 extra. So that would be 90. Take, no extra. That would be 9. Take. Goes in there 8 times with 1 extra 0, 80. Take, no extras. It's just 8. There you go. All right, number 19. What are you supposed to do? The whole entire test is division. Okay, so you're going to be dividing by 15. 15s are not too bad, because I always tell the kids that it's like a clock. Because you do 15, 30, 45, 60, and that's your first 4. So 15 to 43 goes in there 2 times, because you need 3 of them to make 45. 30, subtract, bring down. 15 into 135. Let's see. We have to check. Let me think. Maybe 15 times 8. That's 40. That's 12. If we add one more, maybe we'll get that 135. What do you know? That'll be 9. 135. Bring down that 0. What do you do with that 0? You divide. Does 15 go into 0? Nope. It goes in there 0 times. So the answer is 290. Okay. All right, almost done. All right, this one, it says find the quotient of 432 divided by 8. Uh-oh. I see what's about to happen before I even start. I can't go in here or here. So this is about 50. So how many 50s go in there? So 50 goes in the 40 something. About 5 times. 50 goes in about 9 times, sorry. All right, so if we do 48 times 9, that's 72. That's 36 plus 7 is 45. Nope, sorry. 36 plus 47 is 43. Can't add. Oh, there you go. It's right. 43 to 0. There you go. The answer is 9. And when it comes like this, you would have to just guess and check. So I just did 9 because I know that 50 times 9 is about 45. And this is a little under. You could also do 48 times 8. And then you would see that you'd have to add one more. Okay. All right, number 21. This one we had to solve it. And it came out to B. And when you actually did the problem, if I show you, this is 3, 45, bring it down, that's 1. This is 31, 31. And you do it, these two numbers, the tens place, ones place, tens place, ones place. All right. Next, number 22. This one's not bad because we're doing 7th grade, right? Divided by 15. So you can do 225, another friendly 15. Does not go into 2, but does go into 22 once. Because 15 plus 15 is 30, so we can only go there once. Subtract. 7, bring down. I know that 4 15s would be 60. If I add one more to 60, it would be 75. So that would be 5. There you go. 15 times 15 is 75. All right. Yes, we finished the regular part. On to the performance task. Womp, womp, womp. On this one, we did not do this side at all. So they scratched out this side because they're already doing so much work with all the division problems. Okay, so we scratched it out because it's a lot. All right, number 1. Backpack sales totaled $1,200. How much did each backpack cost? Well, they sold 60 of them. That's an easy number to do. 1,200 divided by 60. Take a 0, take a 0. One little extra 0. So that's 6 into 12 equals 2. And your little extra 0 goes hopping over. The store sold 71 packs of pens. All right, so we're looking at this number. Use compatible numbers to estimate. All right, well, let's estimate. 568 divided by 71. Now, for compatible numbers, I told the kids, block off the first 2 digits in this digit, the first digit. Can 7 go into 56? Why, it sure can. If it doesn't, then you can look at numbers that are close to it. So I'm choosing to round 560 and 70, okay? So that would be 8, because you take a 0, take a 0, no extra zeros. So 8 times 70 would be 560, okay? And we're done with that one. Number 3, now we're looking at pencils. But it tells you how many right here, okay? We don't even need to look over there, it's already here. It says when she divides it, what place is she going to put into? This is the place value question. Is it tens? Is it ones? Is it hundreds? So set up your problem. Put your 16. Can you go into 7? Nope. If I have 7 cookies, 16 people, they are not getting equal amounts. So I don't even have to solve it yet. I'm going to be putting into the tens place. This is hundreds, tens, ones. So my answer right here is tens. Now I actually have to do it. I'm going to come over here because I have more extra space to work. Okay, so now I have to go into 78. This is about 20 and about 80. So I'm going to guess 4 to start. 64, yeah, that's good. Let me add one more just to check. Yep, I'm going to stick with the 4. So I'm going to do 4. That's 64 because I already did my scratch work right there. 14, bring it down. Alrighty. So now I want to go into 144. Let's see. Think about it. This is about 20. That's about 140. I'm going to try 7. 16 times 7 is 42. That is going to make it 11. Oh, I think I need to go farther. Let's see. 16. This is 8. 2, 8. Well, I might be able to go one more. So this was times 8. Keep track of that. This is times 9. 14. 4. Ah, there it is. All right, so that's called guess and check. And it's okay to do a little scratch work right here. And it's going to come out to no remainder. So the answer for the last one's 49. And that's it. I know it's a long one, but it's okay. I did a little reviewing. You're going to get through it. Promise. You got this. Okay, make sure you take your time. Guessing and checking's okay. Make sure you're going into the right place value. Don't put double digits into single digits. Make sure you're taking the same amount of zeros on both sides of the division sign. You can always ask yourself to go backwards and see if it multiplies to equal. 20 times 60 would be 1,200. Okay? All right, y'all got this.